After all, drummers make beats, so turning from a live drummer to a beat producer is a logical step. But to do that, you need a great drum machine. These electronic gadgets can be used to invent and sequence beats in the studio or to play live. They're even great accompaniment for live acoustic drums too. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the top 8 best drum machines. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to rank them based on their quality, durability, customer reviews, and more. If you want to know about the best pricing and more information, you can check the description links below. Number 8 in my list is Ableton Push 2 Software Controller Drum. The last drum machine on my list is way more than that as well. The Ableton Push 2 controller allows you to integrate seamlessly with Ableton Live, the most comprehensive and widely used production software package out there. This machine is an instrument, a mixer, a sample launch pad, a drum machine, a sampler, and a step sequencer all in one. It is based around a huge array of 64 pads that can be used in all of the machine's functions, from playing to triggering. When playing in instrument mode, you can set up the pads as a full chromatic or in-key keyboard to block out notes that don't work. Like the machine, there's also a touch strip, vertical in this case, that can be set to control different parameters like pitch and modulation. When it's time to edit, you can directly control parameters and edit on this machine without even having to go to a computer. Volume, pan, fade. You can control everything from this console without having to even turn to your computer screen. However, by connecting to your computer via USB, everything you do on the controller is pulled right into Ableton Live in real time. True, it's quite expensive, but that's to be expected for one of the best all-in-one drum machines you can buy. Number 7 in my list is Native Instruments Machine Make 3 Drum. Let's start with the pads. This is probably the easiest drum machine to play by hand that I've looked at so far. It has 16 light-up, large rubber pads that can be toggled quickly using the mode buttons right above. With these, you can play your percussion voices, synth tones, parts, or steps. You can also throw in quick rolls using the note repeat button. You can turn on and off velocity sensitivity as needed, whether you're playing live or programming. This is a different type of control interface that lets you strum chords like you would on a guitar, as well as control parameters like the pitch and modulation wheels on keyboards. The machine also has 8 touch-sensitive knobs that can do just about anything. One great way to use them is to set macros to them, and then control the knobs in live performance. You can mix on this machine without even having to use an external DAW. It has 2 bright color screens that help you bring up samples, sequence parts, and control parameters quickly and easily. You can use the machine to collect your own samples and slice and dice them to fit with your jams. That's if the 25 GB complete 11 select library hasn't got enough sounds for you to use already. For connections, we're looking at stereo in and out, MIDI in and out, and USB, plus a headphone jack as well. So you can play live and compose on this machine, or play out to a DAW to edit all your sounds perfectly. You can use the machine to collect your own samples and slice and dice them to fit with your jams. That's if the 25 GB complete 11 select library hasn't got enough sounds for you to use already. For connections, we're looking at stereo in and out, MIDI in and out, and USB, plus a headphone jack as well. So you can play live and compose on this machine, or play out to a DAW to edit all your sounds perfectly. Number 6 in my list is Roland TR6S Compact Drum Machine. Like many, you might think of electric pianos and expensive electronic drum sets when you think of Roland. But the truth is, this high-end electronic instrument brand has been in the drum machine game for decades and has put out some well-known devices. The TR6S are all some of the best classic beat machines. They're all included here in the TR6S as detailed circuit models. Actually, the TR6S is a scaled-down and more affordable version of the already well-known TR8S. But while the 8S retails for about $700, this smaller version gets the job done for only about $400. You have 6 voices in a track: bass, snare, low tom, hand claps, open and closed hi-hats, played with 6 velocity-sensitive pads. You also get 2 roll pads for 16th and 32nd note rolls. Each voice also has an individual accent button. Then you have 8 variation pads, so you can write 16 step sequences and then 8 different variations of each sequence which you can trigger live. This is a 6-track drum machine that is totally mobile, running on 4 AA batteries or powered via USB. Therefore, it's one of the best travel drum machines that can go with you wherever you need to drop a beat. Number 5 in my list is Cycle's 6-track FM-based groove drum. This is a small, less than 2 pounds machine, but it does an awful lot of work. It's a polyphonic FM, frequency modulation, drum synth paired with a 64-step sequencer. As a synth, this is 6 machines in one, generating kick, snare, perk, metal, tone, and chord sounds, respectively. The machine is very knob-heavy. You get 12 individual control knobs for features like pitch, decay, sweep, color, contour, etc. These knobs help you to control the preset synth sounds of this groove box to make some really sick voices. There's no access to full FM tinkering like algorithm and operator settings. Instead, you use the parameters to manipulate the voices to get a really wide variety of sounds. The sounds themselves don't tend to approach realistic drum sounds. You can definitely hear that this is a synth, and that's the idea. But with the monotones and polyphonic chords, you can produce full, complicated tracks. Too bad a basic arpeggiator wasn't included here though. Connects through included MIDI 5-pin to 3.5mm jack adapters or through class-compliant USB 2. There's only one pair of stereo out jacks though, which is a bit of a disappointment for sending your grooves out to a DAW. The workflow here may take some getting used to, but it's not all that complicated and has a logic to it that you'll come to appreciate. And it comes with a 3-year warranty. Number 4 in my list is Korg Drum Machine. As a digital percussion synthesizer, the Volca drum doesn't use PCM samples like most other drum machines. Instead, it uses virtual analog resonators, modulators, and oscillators to allow you to create your own sounds. This means you can end up with sounds that are way weird and way out there. You can assign 16 6-part drum kits here, or use one of the 10 pre-programmed kits already on board. The sounds that you assign can be manipulated in many ways, including pitch levels, decay, wave modulation, attack, and release. For composing beats, you've got a 16-step sequencer controlled by a touch strip across the bottom of the machine. You can add rolls to your beats using a slice function, and also add accents at 16 different strength levels. For live play, you can program your sequences and then use the active step feature to drop out some steps from your patterns on the fly. One that probably requires a deep analysis of the user's manual to find out all the functionality available. At the same time, you can produce some unique sounds and sequences here for deep, complex, or just plain weird beats. Unfortunately, there's only one way out of this machine 1x4 audio jack, and that's pretty restrictive for recording. Number 3 in my list is Alesis SR16 Studio Grade Standalone Drum. If you haven't had a chance to play on an Alesis SR16 yet, you don't know what you're missing. Alesis dropped this drum machine in 1990 and produced it consistently for 20 years. Although they're out of production, you can still find new ones easily enough. Alesis might have overproduced a bit. This was a breakthrough machine because of the compact size and especially the price. As a result, it is still one of the most popular drum machines on the market. The machine comes with 50 preset drum kits assigned to the 12 labeled pads, plus space for another 50 user-designed kits. These are constructed out of 233 preloaded sounds. Most of these sounds are more electronic sounding than realistic, but they work great for pop, hip-hop, and electronic music. You get 50 pre-programmed patterns made by real studio drummers. You can record and store about 100 songs, each about 12,000 notes in size. Of course, you can always export your beats to your DAW for cleanup, editing, and After Effects. You've got MIDI out and 4 jacks for stereo out as well. As far as playing this machine live, the pads are velocity sensitive, but they're also small and close together. It's not the easiest for live performance, but it is doable. Much better to build up your sequences and trigger them live. You can even attach outboard foot switches, sold separately, to control start/stop or to trigger A and B sections of songs. Number 2 in my list is Akai Professional MPD 218 USB controller drum. Look at this hulking great beast of a machine. At 9x8, the Akai MPD 218 is like a giant next to the Teenage Engineering Pro 12. However, it's still small and makes for a great portable drum machine in the grand scheme of things. For starters, it has 16 velocity-sensitive thick rubber pads for playing out your beats with or triggering melodic samples or effects. And it has a set of 6 360-degree knobs split into 3 banks, A, B, and C, for controlling effects and instrument parameters. This machine connects to your computer's DAB using MIDI via USB, so you don't need any special cables or connections. From your data, it's easy to assign up to 48 patches, so you can play the pads to produce drum and percussion sounds, pitch melodic samples like bass tones, or even straight-up crazy electronic noises. Now, some people aren't happy with how this drum machine handles. I think it does a good job of picking up velocity differences to a point. But when you hit the pads really hard, they can sometimes double trigger. The solution, short of cracking it open and fine-tuning the pads, is to keep calm and not smash the buttons so hard. I know that's hard to do in a live performance, but it's necessary here to prevent goofs. Number 1 in my list is Rhythm Pocket Operator's Drum Pro 12. To me, it only makes sense to start with the most affordable drum machine and work our way up to the most expensive. You know your needs best. And if you're already sure you're going to need a powerful studio-quality drum machine, go on and skip ahead a bit. But on the other hand, if you're just starting in beat production, the ultra-affordable Pro 12 Pocket Operator Rhythm might be the best first drum machine for you to try. At a little more than $50, this machine is a tiny investment which makes it a great gift for a first-time producer, even if that producer is yourself. This machine is tiny at just 4 by 2.5 inches, but it still has some great features to make it a whole lot of fun. There are 16 built-in patches, individual sounds, to make beats from. Each sound can be edited according to 16 different effects, like vibrato, delay, distortion, stutter, and more. In other words, you can make each beat sound way different from the last. Since the magic number here is 16, this machine allows you to create 16-step patterns that you can then sequence up to a 16-pattern chain to create a song. You can listen to your beats in real time via the small built-in speaker on the back of the machine, or by playing out to a speaker or headphones via its 1/8, 3.5mm jack. Alright guys, this was our today's video. If you find this video helpful for you, then like the video, and if you come to our channel first time, then hit the subscribe button for our amazing upcoming videos. Be sure to check out the links in the description for the updated price of all products discussed in this video. Hope you have a great day and see you soon in the next video.